Hello, everybody. This is Joe Pavlovich, real estate agent in Southern California in um, Irvine, California. We are going to talk about Irvine trends here. We are going to talk for about approximately 20 minutes or so, and I want to go over a few items here with you. I am new at this YouTubing here, but what I want to do is talk about Irvine trends and the how real estate's doing in Irvine, California. We're going to talk for sure about 20 minutes. We might go 30 minutes. It depends on how it looks here. And I know that this is a service that everybody can see at a later date. I do appreciate you coming and watching my videos. Please comment if you see anything, or will have any questions for me, or email me, or call me. And I'm at www.joepadovich.com. Also, I would like to let you know that I'm really looking forward to working with you. So I'm going to begin with, I'm an agent, as I said previously, I'm an agent in Southern California, Los Angeles area, and I work in Irvine, California most of the time. But I do also work in the west side of Los Angeles occasionally. So I'm in kind of two different areas because I kind of see myself as a diverse guy for my real estate clientele. So let's begin with my conversation. Now, since the election of Donald Trump, real estate markets are really moving into the forefront. Now, let me go for example here. Now, Irvine's been first as a city in 1971. So that city has really has grown, developed. There's a lot of construction out there right now. The Great Park is still being worked on. That used to be the Marine Base, El Toro Marine Base. That's not El Toro Marine Base. They're also building where they used to have the airplane hangars out there in Irvine. So they're doing a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of building, a lot of positivity going out there now. Now let's look at the housing markets and trends. Now we have I've talked to clients. What's important to them is schools. Now, Irvine, California, their school district is A1. They have the top schools in the country, and everybody looks at these schools. When I talk to prospective clients out there, or prospective buyers or sellers, because when you're doing selling a home, they talk about their school districts. That's a selling point. So what we're looking at here now is the school districts in Irvine, which is part of the trends in real estate. Because one thing is, when people are moving to certain areas, they look at schools, not pricing, but they really look at schools. Now, right now, the average home price is $978,000, and we've talked about this before, and it's about $978,000, and there's 925 homes for sale in the city of Irvine right now. Okay, now of these 925 sales for homes, the most important thing is some of these homes are very expensive. When I talk about very expensive, I'm talking over the $3 million mark. Okay, because in Irvine you'll get homes $1 million plus. So those types of homes they sell quicker, and obviously because the home price is gonna change, based on people's perception of the home. I'm thinking ahead of myself. I'm sorry. So when you look at these houses, the trends of them, how they're selling, the dates they're selling, where they're selling is. Now, in the whole city of Irvine, housing market is moving up. We got Quail Valley moving up. We got Woodley moving up. We got all these areas moving up. And like we have an $8 million listing here, but now we have an $899,000. You see the difference there? Because what's going on, like these things are new listings here, and $899,000 home. You got a $320,000 condo. So everything's priced to sell in Irvine, but it's also high priced, you know. But what's important to look at when you're looking at Irvine, not only the housing market, the housing trends in the city, it's the schools, it's the the crime act, the crimes, all the lower level crimes. There's not really any crime in Irvine. Like we have Rockefeller Center for sale, Shazine, Scholarship Lane. Now Scholarship Lane is a townhome, and it's a new built community out there. That's on 730 square feet. Now on 374 square feet. And then we have another condominium in Irvine, a personal park community, Sensibility Lane. So we have different communities in Irvine. And what's important about these communities is, as diverse as Irvine is, not only racially diverse, but cost diverse. You have homes that will sell out there for 400,000, up to 10 million in Irvine. There's very few cities like that you're going to see. You're going to see a home very highly priced out there. Like if you go to Coto de Cas, you're going to see high priced homes. You go to Bel Air, West LA, mostly you can see high homes. You're not going to see the really diverse. You don't see $10 million homes in Covina or Long Beach. Well, you will occasionally Long Beach, but not. Irvine's one of the few cities where you see these high priced homes mixed in, because Irvine's different sections, like Great Park, West Park, stuff like this. So you have different sections of Irvine, the airport area. So each area has different sections, and sections are differently priced, and they're also they're not only priced differently, they're managed differently. Because some homes are in communities, which are usually they're not only communities, but they're home ownership communities. Like I was in Quail Park the other day. I'm sorry, Turtle Rock, my mistake. I was in there the other day doing some going out and talking to people, just going out there and introduce myself. And it's a community. Turtle Rock's a community. They have high price homes, lower price homes. So everybody's living in these homes, but they're only in a central community. Now we're going to look at what I'd also like to do is the actual Irvine market. We talked about the average home prices. Now let's look at the average home prices trending up. So it's starting to trend up. Right now it's trending up. Now look at the schools here. I don't like to look at elementary schools, but I do like to look at high schools. Now look at every one of these schools has a 4-star rating, but Century High School has a 3-star rating out of 5. Okay, now when you look at schools, you have to look at the academics and stuff like that, and you got letter reviews. And see, everybody liked it, except for some person wrote that this is 2012, though. This is 5 years ago. That then a person liked the school because his teacher didn't take care of the student. And this is 2010. That's the problem. That some of these school ratings are like really low. And when we look at these factors in schools, you don't only look at ratings of schools. You look at the school reports and testing scores and stuff like that. Because one of the reasons I like to work Irvine is it's important to realize that people look at their prospective students that go into these schools as not only as students, but also as parents, because people spend a lot of money for these homes, man. People are buying homes out there specifically for schools. They're not buying homes because they like the house. They're buying for schools, and they look for specific areas within Irvine. And now I also want to talk about the communities in Irvine. We have different communities in Irvine. I'll show you these right now real quickly. Okay. Give me 1 second. Now we have all these different communities in Irvine. Um, Now, Irvine Company owns a lot of Irvine real estate. Wait, let me do this. Good if I just go. See, when we do, a lot of people look at zip codes as a as we're looking around, because we're buying homes and researching homes and looking at homes that they might or may not want to buy, but they do the research boundary maps. Now the boundary maps are really good because everything that we realtors have on MLS and stuff like that, but 80, I would say 80 or so percent of it, the public has that also on the web. So people are looking at this stuff to buy a home on the internet. They look exactly like I'm talking about. What I'm looking at, most people are seeing what I'm seeing on the MLS, but they don't have exactly everything that I have access to, but they have a pretty close to what I have. And so we have the main things that these houses are selling here is the interior of the city. Close to Newport Beach is doing well, and these cities, close to Lake Forest and the southern parts of the city is doing well. We're having a movement, like I said a few minutes ago, a movement into the trend, a movement up in selling in Irvine and certain specific areas. And what I specifically like about the city, besides the schools, the crime rate's real low, very low maintenance, the city's really clean, and homes are priced right. And now, when you're also looking at Irvine, you're also looking at these actual stats and these other things here. You look at other trends, you look at other stuff here. We talked about the crime's really low. We talked about the real estate markets moving up. And now people do use Zillow a lot. And that's really nice. But Zillow has homes marked at 793,000, which is a lot different than the realtor has. Because realtor, you got to realize, realtor, get it off the realtor's website, the realtor.com, because people have access to that stuff. They get real numbers. The Zillow doesn't have all that access. Zillow does have a lot of access. They do, but it's different access. So when you're buying a home, before you talk to an agent, you look at, hey, I want some house to this, what it says on Zillow. You have to let your agent do that research for you and do that CMA, because that's what's important. That's what's going to be important, because your agent, whoever he or she is going to give you an actual view upon their home based on actual numbers. They're not going to, and like I said, Zillow doesn't have all that. But Zillow does have some good information, and I like to talk about some of the Zillow stuff because people are on Zillow. Now, look, it says the real estate market's warm at this time. Now, you got to realize what's going on right now. It's towards August. School's already started for the in most part of the country. So that means selling's dropping. It's going to be different types of sales now. But it's the best time to buy a house. You know why? Because you're going to be able to get people to buy your home and or make offers on it, maybe a little less than good. Okay? I've been here 15 minutes. I'm trying to go another 15. But I want to come here Tuesdays and Thursdays, talk to you guys, and before I get out in the field and stuff, and go to work and see how everything's going out with you guys right there. So let me go another 15 minutes. Now, we have a market is a little down here in Irvine, according to Zillow, but it's right on track, I would say. Now, but here's the important thing here now. We as realtors want to sell homes as much as possible. But there's also the rental market. Now look at the rental market. Now, remember we talked about this before? In the rental market, you have average price in Irvine to rent is $3,300 a month. average. Now, when I say average, I'm not sure exactly what size home they're talking about. If they're talking about houses or condominiums or apartment buildings, or if it's a 3-bedroom apartment, you just got to do the average. And to be honest with you, I'm not really a renter guy. I'm not interested in. I don't do rentals. It's not my expertise or knowledge or desire to do that. But I do understand it. Now, if you look at, you're paying $3,300 a month to rent a place. If you go buy something, you'd be paying about $2,500 a month, $2,500 to $3,000 a month. So basically, renting is cheaper. Buying is cheaper than renting in some cases. Some people don't want to buy. That's what you got to look at. The housing market rents are really going up because some millennials and people are not interested in buying homes. In my last broadcast, we talked about living a lot downtown Los Angeles and stuff like that, and living in the urban areas. Well, I don't see how people would want to do that, but some people do. So you have to change people's mind about buying a house because some people don't think about buying a house. They don't have that thought process. So buying a house is a different thing for them. So that's why the rental market is quite high right now. And there are a lot of nice homes for rent out in Irvine, and most of them are, I would say, family homes, because you're not going to have that high kind of rent, just one single person. Now, the homes are situated in areas like we talked about a few seconds ago. When you're in Irvine, you know the city, pockets of the city are full-fledged community centers. Like Turtle Rock is a community within the city of Irvine. They have their own rules. They have their own homeowners association. Now, one thing, let me go to homeowners association for a quick second. When you go to these communities, the whole thing is a homeowners association. But you're not only paying homeowners association dues, you're paying community dues also. So you have to understand that when you go to buy something. So if you ever drive through Irvine and you see these homes, and it says something like Woodridge or Northview or Northwoods or whatever, and those on a brick wall in the community, you know right off the bat that is a homeowners association community, and you're not only paying homeowners association dues for your own dwelling, but you're also paying homeowners association dues for the whole community, for the pools. So you need to understand what that's all about. You have to understand what that's about here. So like I'm talking about here, there's a lot of communities within Irvine that I would say built within its last 10 years. You're going to see a lot of those communities, and a lot of them have that type of information, things going on with communities, community pools, homeowner association, community association. Now there's also like West Park. They don't have homeowner association communities. You have to understand. So when you're looking to buy a home or purchase a home or whatever you want to do with a home or sell, you have to know what's going on in the community related to building. Some of these homeowner associations, they can go up $1,500 a month in these communities, especially in the airport area, in these high rises. They can go up very expensive. And the more expensive they are, the better the school district is because it brings in a certain clientele. Now, most people don't want to pay over $300 or $200 a month for homeowners association dues or community dues, but they do want to pay the money. Because if it's like I said, if it's good schools, people are willing to pay for it. They want to pay for it, they're willing to pay for it. School is important for them and also work. Now, Irvine, when we do our next broadcast about Irvine, it will be Thursday, but also Thursday I'm going to half Irvine and the area, but I'm also going to be talking about Bel Air and those other areas and West Los Angeles and UCLA area, because because it's important to know different areas as an agent, because you're gonna have clientele want you to understand that they want to buy in different areas, and that's why you have to understand that there are different areas. Irvine's the area I've always worked for the last couple of years, but I've also worked in LA here and there, so I like to talk about that now. So like we have a now right around the UCI in that district, in the UCI area, the homes, there's nice homes out there. Now just a little south we have Fashion Island, really well known, world famous Fashion Island. So the homes are going to be higher up down there. It's closer to the beach. Anything closer to the beach is going to be higher. It's going to be more expensive. It's going to be more trendy and stuff like this. And also now, when you're looking at these specific homes, you look at the whole city. You want to talk about these specific areas. You got the airport area. You got UCI. You got the new construction. You got like Costco is up in north of the city, and this whole big shopping center. They took the remember I talked when I began the conversation here with, they took the big airport hangars to build airlines during World War II and during the Cold War. They got all that stuff done. Now they built this stuff here. Now there are people that are in the city now, and when they move, they live there because the city's a little further north by the 5 freeway, Interstate 5. Check out Interstate 5 and Jamboree. You'll talk around town. Jamboree, like a Jamboree. But now the market there is going to change a little bit because the last 5, 6, 7 years, that's something coming in. Because some people, when they live in these areas, they want to keep these areas away from their house. They even got a Walmart in Irvine now. They didn't have that before. And also the city Cerritos here, and this close to where I'm at, up about 10 miles from here. They have a Walmart in the city of Cerritos. And just to say, and check it out, the city of Cerritos Walmart is built in the back. We don't see it. I drove by them many, 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 many times. And I just said, what's in here? And there's a whole gigantic shopping center there because they hide it. Because they don't want it to affect home prices. That's what's going on here. Now, the Costco is going to affect home prices. The big shopping center affect home prices. They will bring people into the city, of course, but they're also going to bring, what are they going to bring in? More traffic, more noise. And that right there affects pricing in homes right there. So we're, like I said, I got about 6, 7 minutes here. So now we got, we talked about the numbers here. And, but we are really starting to move up in Irvine. Like I said, I like the trends are looking good on all homes except over 5 million. Those homes are like specialty buys. They're going to be in the market much longer. They're going to take more time to sell because there's specific clientele is going to buy that type of home, and there's a specific person's for those types of homes. So that takes, you got to take those out of the equation. I'd say anything over 3 million. When you do real estate trends, see when I let me explain something to you guys real quick. When I do real estate trends, CMAs, I put disclaimers in there that I will include the property if it's in your area, but when I do CMAs, I'll exclude it. Not because it's if your home's like 3 million and somebody's selling a $5 million home, of course 2 million more is not going to be in the CMA because it affects it. But the fact the house that might be selling there, that's going to affect the trends on the market. That's going to affect it. I know you could adjust the CMA to take that out, but you also have to talk about that home in that neighborhood because how it affects sales, and how it affects people's ability to buy or how they think their thought process. Now I talked about schools in Irvine. I really like the schools, the trends of the schools. I talked about actually Irvine's real estate market moving up. I talked about Irvine, the community. I've talked a little bit about Irvine to live their school district, like I just said, going to school there. The city overall, so everything about the city is only uptrend. I don't see no businesses leaving the city of Irvine. What I do there's one concern that I have in the city of Irvine is what they're doing with Great Park. There's a lot of building out there going to Great Park, a lot of new construction out there. And when I mean new construction, I mean a lot of new buildings out there. Significant new buildings. So the vacancy factor is going to be kind of high in some of these places because of the high rate of, the home association. See, when I'm talking, I lose my thought because sometimes they don't call it home association. They call it community dues, fees, all kinds of stuff. So they have all kinds of different process. And you're going to have, also, some places in Irvine, you're going to have Melrose, which is important because that's new builds. And then you're going to have, once you get down to southern Irvine, so you got the beach area, just right above Newport Beach. Anything just above Newport Beach I consider beachy area. Then you got the airport area. Then you got the Walmart, the Costco area. Then you got the west side of Irvine, which that's going to be a lot of not industrial, but it's going to be commercial businesses out there. So every part of the city has a little something going on in there. And within the city, it's like I said, it's very clean out there. Housing market's really moving. Average house out there, I would say, is like between 30 to 45 days on the market. Some are a lot less. I have to actually go to the MLS and see all that stuff. But a lot of these sales are quick sales, quick listings, rentals. There's not a lot of vacancies here in Irvine, which is another good showing about how the real estate market is. Because if you're getting rentals and the rentals are really filling up, that means that people there have the ability to buy homes. Because if you're paying over, my thing is if you're paying over $2,000 a month in rent, or $1,500 or more in rent, you more likely have the ability to buy a house. Like I said, the millennials don't want to buy a house. They're not looking at doing that. So that's an important fact thing about Irvine. Now, our next broadcast, we're going to do this on Thursday. We'll talk a little bit about this. And when you look at values and trends, now we're going to go to Trulia. Now, Trulia might be a little bit different. Now, I got a couple minutes here. Let's look at Trulia. See, now it says Irvine's market's gone up $40,000, up 5%. See, Zillow didn't have that. Realtor.com didn't have that. And, but look at this. They have the median selling price about the same as Realtor.com at $775,000. Like they're like Zillow. Trulia is like Zillow. But that's what people go to. Like I said, that's what they go to. They go to these websites, they look at these trends, and look at this stuff, but they're not going to know the exact pricing until they actually get a realtor like me to go up there and actually be able to look at their property and really be able to market and really be able to tell them what the value is. And so what I want to do is, I got about 2.5 minutes here. I said I'd go 30 minutes. So what I want to do is go through a few actually tidbits in Irvine, and like Redfin's a good seller here in Irvine. See, they got some decent listings here, and they have a listing $399,000 here, and so look at this. In this one community in Irvine, I think it's Great Park area, they have 117 homes for sale. And look at, remember we talked about the home prices? It went from $3,500, which obviously is a rental, to $1.9 million. You see the difference in these communities? So somebody can live in the same neighborhood, someone with $1 million home and a rental for $3,000 a month. That's how diverse Irvine is. So I want to do is talk to you for a minute or so and introduce myself. My name is Joe Padovich. My name is spelled Padovich. I do appreciate anybody watching my videos here. I am looking forward to do business with you and helping you any way possible that I can help you. It's important for me to make sure that you as clients and me as a agent are happy, working with each other. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything right, what you need. And if you ever need anything, JoePadovich, JoePadovich.com. I'm not going to get my phone number on YouTube, but go to www.joepadovich.com and you will be able to find me, and that's my email. I appreciate it. Thank you for everything, for watching. I appreciate it. Any questions or any concerns you might have, feel free to email me and I will come back and get in contact with you. Have a great day. Thank you very much. My name is Joe Padovich, and I was just done talking about Irvine, and we will continue our Irvine conversation on Thursday with a little bit of West Los Angeles. Thank you very much. Have a great day. This is Joe Padovich. I will talk to you later.